Hey there, it's Lucy Johnson here. Welcome along to this training video where I am going to be teaching you how you can get high-paying clients into your business in under 76 hours using the zero brand method. Now, I speak really fast. That's because I'm super passionate about what I do and what I want to say to you guys. But what I can promise is if you hang around for the next 60 minutes or so, you are going to get delivered an exact step-by-step system that's going to tell you what you're currently doing wrong and how it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how well known you are, how you can get high paying clients in under 76 hours using the zero brand method. And that means you don't have to use social media like a Kardashian. You don't need a huge following. You don't need to be on 13, 17, 25 different social media platforms, because all of that stuff doesn't work anymore for people like you and I, like the non-guru people. So how exactly can you get high-paying clients? Under 76 hours, that's like less than 3 days. How you can get people from not knowing who you are to paying you money in less than 3 days. How do you do it? You use this thing called the zero brand method. It's 3 steps, and I'm going to unpack those steps for you over the next few minutes in this webinar. Now, if you pay attention and you take this stuff, you are going to be able to have results like John and Lily. These are 2 of my clients here that use the zero brand method to build they actually have a running coaching business, so online running coaching. They help people get ready for their marathon training. They made £10,000, just over actually, in their first month of implementing this system. They made a 600% return on investment on anything they spent on their Facebook ads. So they 6 times their money and made 10,000 plus in their first month using this zero brand method. So that's what I'm going to teach you throughout this online training. So you need to stay for the whole thing, but I know it is very tempting to not stay and listen to this kind of stuff. So to sweeten the pot a little bit, if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you 2 things as a special well done gift for paying attention from me. Number 1, I'm going to give you the slides to this training because everyone always asks for them. But I'm also going to send you the 6-figure zero brand method funnel. So what that is an exact breakdown of what you need to do step by step to implement the zero brand method into your coaching or consulting business. Doesn't matter whether you're brand new or whether you're currently making a few thousand or maybe you're currently making a few 100,000. Doesn't matter. But it's going to show you how to unpack the zero brand method into your business so you can start having 6-figure years, and then you can start having 6-figure months, and then you can start having 6-figure weeks. So if you stay on to the end, those are the 2 things we're going to send through to you. But the main thing you're going to be learning over the next 60 minutes is this one new strategy that we have personally been using to get clients, even if you are unknown in your market. Even if you don't have time to create free content, which seems to be the thing that people are still telling you guys to do. All the marketing gurus out there are telling you can still get leads by doing free content, and I'm going to show you why you absolutely categorically can't, number 1, and number 2, why you shouldn't want to anyway. I'm also going to show you how you can get these clients high paying in less than 3 days into your business without being a selfie junkie, without being the person that has to jump on social media and do Facebook Lives, without being the person who has to upload loads of videos, without taking pictures of yourself all the time to try and build this brand and this profile and this awareness. And really, our zero brand method that I have personally developed and has taken my business from, 7 figures, but to multiple 7 figures in the last year or so, it's the exact opposite of a lot of the lies that you have been told about how to get more clients. And in fact, that's not true. They're not lies. They're just things that aren't going to work for you if you are not yet known in your industry, which you're probably not. And it's going to explain a lot to you about why you've been getting terrible quality leads who don't want to buy from you, why nothing you're doing is working, even when you can see it's working for other people, or why you're so scared about all of this stuff you haven't even started your business yet. We get a lot of people come to us who are pretty newly qualified, as a coach or a trainer or a therapist or whatever they're doing in their niche who haven't even started yet. They've had this idea for a week, a month, 6 months, sometimes years, and they haven't started yet because it's so overwhelming and hard to understand what kind of marketing you need to be doing to attract clients, and then what you say to them to actually get them to want to work with you and part with some money, and then how you actually deliver all this information to them that you promised you would while still having time to keep doing your marketing and sales. It's really overwhelming, and I get that. Before we get into this, I do not want to spend a long time telling you all about me and my rags to riches story, because I get that we're all kind of over that, but I do think it's relevant for you to understand how I know what I'm saying to you is true, and I know it will work for you simply because of the journey I've been through and the fact I have built from scratch a multiple seven-figure coaching and consulting business. So I started out 8-9 years ago. Before that, I used to be a fitness and health coach, but I just had this feast and famine relationship with getting clients, marketing, couldn't figure the whole thing out. Like a lot of people, great at what I did, as I'm sure a lot of you listening also, you're like, I know I'm good at what I do, but I want to focus on that rather than actually getting these clients through the door. So it took me about 3-4 years of investing in mentoring programs, kind of learning marketing stuff to be able to get to a point where I could actually get myself a steady flow of clients. And if I show you this, we got to a stage where we had, this is our CRM system. It's called Infusionsoft. You might have heard of it. Doesn't matter. We had 419 clients at our peak, paying us between $12,000 and $22,000 each for a coaching program with us. So I'll let you do the maths, but it's a lot of money. But here was the problem. I fell into the trap most people fall in. I was using all of the time-intensive methods to get clients, and I was having to be on social media every 5 minutes. I was having to do new video content every other day. I was having to create all of this stuff. And even though great money was coming in, I knew I had to find a way to keep getting clients without needing to live my life like I'm a Kardashian, is the way I say it. And what I mean by that is endless Facebook Lives, doing loads of free content creation, getting out there and doing public speaking, having to have a brand, being worried about my logo, being worried about what I look like when I go on a video, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I finally figured out a way to do that. And that is what I have encapsulated into this zero brand method, 3-step formula that I'm going to be unpacking for you over the remaining time in this webinar. So it's kind of like, this is the story of why I was an extremely successful get more clients coach. I coached people, taught people, small business owners like probably you, if you're listening, how to get more clients into their business. But I created a monster in doing so, something that needed all of my time. And so this is the story of why I walked away from a 7-figure business. We were doing well over 2 million a year at that point. Why I walked away from it, because quite simply I didn't want to have to live my life on social media. I didn't want to have to be the celebrity in my market. And I knew I had to figure out a way to still be able to get clients, but I could spend 95% of my time servicing those clients rather than, 95% of my time trying to do the marketing and do the content and get out there on Facebook and be on YouTube and be on Twitter and have a blog and all of that stuff, and only having, a little bit of time left to actually try and help the people that have trusted me enough to buy something from me. So I finally figured that out a year or so ago, and now we're in a stage where I share this stuff with you freely because I think it's important you understand what income you can generate from this same method that I figured out and I'm now teaching you. We have 500,000 almost months. That's typical for us now. So I walked away from a 2 million business that was making great money but draining me, because I had to be this social media butterfly all the time and create all of this stuff and have all of this time and energy on people who hadn't even bought from me yet, rather than people who had. And now, because we were brave enough to walk away from it, and I created this method that I'm now going to share with you, now we regularly have months like this. We're bringing in 5 million just over actually 5 million a year, which is more than double what I was doing it the hard way. So that is what I'm going to share with you. And again, I don't know, maybe you're inspired by that. Maybe you're like, oh, that number just seems ridiculous to me that I could make that in a month. But if I show you, this is one of our paying clients. This is a lady called Katie. She has a business in a tiny, tiny, tiny niche. I actually, in a former life, helped her build a dance studio business, a physical studio where she teaches her students how to do like Broadway style dance. But what she does now is she's now licensed that business. And so we helped her create, using the Zero brand formula, we helped her create an online business in a tiny niche. So she sells coaching programs to dance instructors that want to build their own dance studio business. She charges them £8,000 a year recurring. So it's not even a one-off. It's £8,000 a year and they pay it every year. And she is getting an 800% return on her ad spend. So she has completely revolutionized her business also, that, also she used to take a lot of time having to do the marketing and all that stuff. But now she has found a way she can make a lot more money, charge a lot more money, and have more time left over to actually work with the people who have paid her the money. So, I figured this out the really, really hard way. It took me about 7-8 years. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds rather, spent on marketing and figuring out things the long way around. But because you are on this training, you get to figure this out the easy way, because I'm just going to tell you what the steps are. I'm going to tell you what to do, what not to do, what to definitely stop doing, and then you will have, by the end of this, a step-by-step plan for how to get high-paying clients into your business within 3 days, without having to pimp yourself out constantly on social media and do all of this free stuff that sucks away all of your time. So hard way number 1, this is what you need to stop doing. This is what I learned to stop doing. You need to stop copying what the famous gurus are doing. You get these people all over, Facebook that you see are the leaders in their industry. They're making all this money, and I don't have an issue with that. I think making money is a great thing. But the things they are telling you to do to market your business, I'm not saying they're not true and they don't work, but they work for them because they're a guru. So, the stuff about, put out loads of Facebook Lives, yeah, that works for them because they've got 100,000 plus people following them on Facebook. They have 100K a month marketing budget. So the stuff they will be telling you to do, the people who and let's be very clear, I do not class myself as a guru. I am just like you. I'm just a few months ahead of you, a few years ahead of you, making a bit more money. But I am definitely not someone that takes pictures of themselves sprawled over their Lamborghini or whatever it might be, because that's just not real life. These are people who are happy to live every moment of their life on social media, and they make money because of their name and their brand. Now, you are probably more like I was. Sat on your bed. And in fact, when I started, was because I lost everything the first time around, I had to move back in with my mum and dad. So I wasn't even sat on my own bed. I was sat on the bed in my mum and dad's spare room, in their back bedroom, in their house, with my laptop in front of me, trying to figure out how on earth I was going to make this coaching business thing work. How am I going to do the marketing? How am I going to get clients to pay me? What if I'm not good enough? What if this? What if that? What if people think I'm a fraud? What if, all of the doubts running through my head. So what I'm telling you is that you're probably like I was. So sat on your bed in your mum and dad's back bedroom trying to figure out how to make your first sale. Or maybe you're doing a little better. Maybe you're making a few thousand a month. Maybe you're making 5 or 10 or 15 or even 20,000 a month. But you are not yet at guru status. If you were, you would not be on this webinar. And that is why the guru tactics that a lot of the well-known people are probably telling you to do, they won't work for you. They didn't work for me. And the thing is, unless you have a massive team of people behind you, a massive marketing budget and a massive following already, they won't work for you. So you need to stop trying to do them that way, because that is the hard way. So hard way number 2, and this is what the gurus say, create lots of free content, create lots of complex funnels to try and attract and close clients. Now, I got sucked into this, and I'm going to show you. These are some pictures of some of the free content downloads I used to create. So, my marketing manager, who I had at the time, would say to me, "Oh, it's Valentine's Day coming up. Let's create a free downloadable PDF of a marketing pack, like things that people can do to get more clients around Valentine's Day." And it worked for like 5 or 6 days, right? And then it was out of date all of a sudden. And so then he'd be back on the phone saying, "Hey, Easter's coming up. Can you create a free downloadable PDF marketing pack of things that people need to do to get more clients around Easter?" And you can guess what's coming next. It just went on and on and on. I'd put all this time and energy and effort that should have been going to helping my paying clients. I was putting it into this marketing material, this free stuff, this free downloadable info stuff, thinking that it would work, and it didn't work. I got very few clients from it anyway, and the whole thing was out of date within a week, because people were tired of seeing it. And I can tell you this for sure, guys, content creation is failing. The people who are still telling you got to create free content, you got to get it out there, you got to ease people in slowly, let them consume your free content for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Listen, it doesn't work for people like you and me. We are people who, within 3 days of putting some marketing out there and spending some money on it, because that's the way you should be doing it, not much, 5 to 10, pounds, euros a day, but not much. But we should be seeing a return on that investment really, really fast, within days, at most within a couple of weeks. That's the way it should be done. The people that tell you free content is the way to go are the people who have 3 or 4 full-time staff. One's a videographer, one is like a graphics person, and they are creating this stuff behind the scenes. Or they're the people who have other people deliver their paid-for services for them, so they have 40 hours a week free to do all this stuff themselves. It doesn't work for people like you and I. We need to see a return on our investment, and we want to spend the lion's share of our time, or at least I do, helping the customers who have actually paid me money, not hustling to get more. Content creation is literally the worst thing you could be doing with your time and money to get new clients, and I 100% stand by that. It is the worst thing that you could be doing. I mean, if you look at this anyway, this is how long your content lasts anyway. You put something on Twitter, 18 minutes. Something on Facebook, 5 hours. And so on and so on and so on and so on. I mean, blogs better, that's 2 years, but blogs don't work anymore either. It doesn't work that way. So this endless free content that people are telling you to create, do a video and post it on Facebook, create a downloadable PDF or whatever. It now actually has the opposite effect on people anyway. People are overwhelmed trying to keep up with all of their different social media feeds, everything that's coming into their email. If you turn up and say, "Hey, I can give you some more free stuff that you have to take time to read and digest over several days, weeks, months, and then I can have a conversation with you about you actually paying me some money so I can help you solve your problem that you have with your health," or maybe it's a pain-related thing that you do, or maybe you're a business and marketing coach. But whatever it is you help people with, whether it's fitness-related, health-related, mental-related, confidence-related, money-related, relationship-related, or whatever, people are overwhelmed. And if you just join the band of merry men who are out there putting out more free content, thinking that's the way to get clients, before you know it, you look just like everybody else. And because of that exact reason, no one will buy from you, because the market is overcrowded. I love this picture. The market is overcrowded. You just need to take a look around. I probably don't need to tell you. If you are maybe you're a stress relief coach, I don't need to tell you how many other people there are out there, both in the real world, like offline world, but also in the online world, doing what you do. And if you start to behave the way they all behave and do the same kind of marketing they do because you think because they're doing it, it must be working, exact wrong thing to do. Exact wrong thing to do. The people that make the money are the 1% that go in the opposite direction to what everybody else is doing. And that is what I'm teaching you about on this training. So the third thing you need to stop doing, because it's another hard way of doing things, is being on every form of social media 24/7. Now, firstly, I don't know a single coach or consultant who actually enjoys having a presence on social media. I know a lot of people who do it because they've heard they're meant to do it, but I don't know a single person that actually enjoys it. And also, this is going to sound harsh, guys, but this is the reality. 99% of coaches and consultants don't have the charisma, the tone of voice, and dare I say it, they're not presenting themselves in the right way for them doing videos and stuff that go on social media and out into the internet world. It doesn't work anyway because they don't look or sound or come across right. And why would they? You're an expert in whatever you do, right? You might be a body transformation expert. You might be a relationship expert. That's what you're the expert at. You're not an expert in presenting. You didn't become a TV presenter or a news presenter, and that's because you don't want to do it. So why? This is what gets me. Why gurus continue to tell people like you and me that this is the right way is insane. Thousands of coaches and consultants are going out of a business on a daily basis because they are trying to do things this way, or because they're so overwhelmed and confused by trying to do things this way that they're not doing anything at all and not getting any marketing out there, right? And the other thing we've got to cope with is people are super skeptical now. There's a big shift because the market is so crowded. People are getting very skeptical of people that go, I'll just put some videos out there, set up a fancy funnel and copy the gurus. That'll work. It doesn't work. It does not work. Yes, it works for the gurus who already are making loads of money, already have a huge marketing budget, already have a massive email list. Yeah, you're right. It does work for them. So they're not lying. But I'm telling you categorically, it won't work for you. I have worked with almost 3,500 coaches and consultants now from all over the world, all different niches, all different industries. And I am telling you, I understand that you have a tight budget. You have very little time, and the time you do have, you want to spend servicing the clients you've got and doing a good job with them. It is not about doing things the hard way anymore. And the last hard way I want to cover is not doing your marketing and coaching delivery online. Now, if you had asked me a couple of years ago what is the best way to do your delivery of whatever it is you sell to people, maybe you have a course that helps people get out of back pain or whatever it might be. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you're a Pilates instructor, and in your Pilates classes you help people get out of back pain. This is a bold statement, but I would say any coach, instructor, trainer, therapist, somebody that has information and knowledge that they share with people to help them solve a pain problem or a health problem or a lifestyle problem or a money problem or whatever it might be, who is not mastering online marketing as opposed to offline marketing, and who is not finding a way to do the delivery of what they sell online. Anyone who hasn't figured that out within the next 6 months or so, 6 to 12 months or so, is going to see a massive reduction in the size of their market. If you can, and I can show you how to transition your business, or at least a part of your business, to an online service delivery. We work with people, Pilates instructors that have created an online get out of pain course. We work with relationship coaches who have created an online save your marriage course. We work with physios who have created an online how to stay injury free program. So anyone can do it. Okay, because once you go online with your marketing, there is a huge market out there. You're not constrained by your local area anymore. You're able to get immediate feedback on your marketing, and I mean within 24 hours. You know what works, you know what doesn't work, and we will show you how to figure out what that feedback means and what you need to do next. Plus, you've got massive freedom. You can work from anywhere in the world if you're doing an online delivery, and your clients have massive freedom. They can be anywhere in the world while still consuming the stuff that you have sold to them. This is the whole model we have switched our coaching and consulting business to, that has taken us from, doing very well, making 7 figures, but working really hard for it, hustling really hard for it, having to be all over social media marketing all of the time. It's taken us from that, moving things online marketing, online delivery, etc., that has it's more than tripled our income, and it's given me my life back. And it's given me the ability to not have to be all over social media, have my face everywhere, which I hate. And it's also allowed me to have a lot more time to spend with my clients. So if that is the kind of thing that you are excited about and interested in, making more money, having more time to spend with the people that have paid you so you can just do what you love, and having the marketing and sales part working much more on autopilot to a much wider market with more people, more freedom for you, more freedom for them, then this is what it's all about. This is the one method that will fix virtually every problem in your business and your life. Everything changed for me when I committed to this properly a year or so ago. It allowed me to get clients without being famous on social media, without needing a huge following. I actually have a very, very small email list. It's less than 10,000. And when people hear that compared to how much money we're making, they're like, how the hell are you doing it? And we're doing, it's what I'm about to tell you. It's what we're doing. And I operate from behind my laptop in my pajamas. I don't mind telling you right now, I'm sat here in a pair of leggings and one of my husband's sweatshirts. I got no makeup on. I haven't even washed my hair today, right? And maybe that appeals more to the women than the men. I don't know. But my point being, I am very quietly making multiple seven figures whilst being virtually unknown in my industry. I don't need to worry about how I look, how I sound, how I will come across in the next piece of content. And whilst all the other gurus are out there fighting over Facebook Live airtime, I am only speaking to pre-qualified potential clients who are ready to buy. So you will never be short on high-paying clients again if you implement the zero brand method. So I'm going to talk you through the broad strokes of how this works. If I talked you through in minute detail, we're going to be here for hours, but I'm going to talk you through the broad strokes, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity later on to find out more if you want to find out more. So it's called the zero brand method. It's called the zero brand method because there's three parts to it. There's the zero content part, which is the Z. There's the efficient model part, which is the E. And there is the real relationship part, which is the R. So the Z, the E, and the R all come together in the end to give you the O, which is outstanding results. So let me just talk you through this method that I created that has completely changed things for me and is completely changing things for my clients, like John and Lily, who are making $10,000 a month. In fact, more than that now, but within their first month of implementing this, they made $10,000. People like Katie, who are up to their eyeballs running a dance studio business, who have figured out they can shift things to an online licensing dance studio business model and sell things for $8,000 a year recurring. You do not need many of those being sold for you to have a lovely six-figure income coming in, okay? So the zero content, what is important is you stop pumping out free content. We need to create you a machine. So a marketing machine, something that operates whether you are on social media that day or not. Something that operates whether you have created a free PDF download that week or not. Something that you need to feed it some money, not a lot. We're going to start really small, like I say, £5, €5 a day, whatever it might be. But once it starts to grow and once it starts to bring you high-paying clients coming out of the other end, you are able to take maybe 10% of what you make from this machine and feed it back into the marketing again. So the whole thing keeps running. If you found a cash machine that every time you put £10 in it, it gave you £100 back. So you put £10 in the cash machine and it spits out £100. How many £10 would you put in that cash machine, right? You'd put a lot. It's like I'll put as many £10 as I'm getting back out of the machine back in again, because I keep multiplying my money every time I do it. And what's really important about this part of the system, this step one, zero content, you don't need to be a video superstar because it just slows people down. What I really find is you have to make marketing easy to implement or people won't do it. Okay. And then the E, the efficient model, we have got to get you to a point where you are happy to charge over £2,000, €2,000 for what you are doing. Now, people sometimes gasp when they hear this. Like, I am struggling right now to get people to pay me £100 a month. How on earth am I going to get them to pay me £2,000 or euro? And that, by the way, and that's on the low end. You know, like people like Katie, they're charging 8,000. We've got people who are charging 10,000. Most people are somewhere between 3 and 5, and that's fine. But for this model to work, you need to be charging over 2,000. And I can tell you this for sure: I have never had a client come to us who we have not been able to create an offer with that uses all of the skills they already have in whatever it is they do, that we have not been able to put a value of more than 2,000 on. It's never happened. So don't worry if at the moment you're thinking there's no way I can charge 2,000. People won't even pay me, 40 euro a session, but that's because you're not marketing to them with the right system, and that's because you're not selling to them with the right system. You will see people who were struggling to charge 10, 20, 40 pounds, euros before, now are charging 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 8,000 for their online deliverable programs. It's got to be scalable. And that is why we encourage you to make it online. You can still have like phone access with people or whatever it might be. Some people still do some face-to-face, but I have to say, unless that's totally necessary, it's best if you don't. And that means you can achieve an 100K a year income, of which about 80,000 is profit before tax. I can't stop you paying tax, unfortunately. But 100K a year income, of which about 80K is profit. You can achieve that without a single member of staff. You won't need a salesperson, you won't need a marketing person, you won't need a content person, you won't need a delivery person, nothing. It'll be just you. And then if you want to take it to, 500, you could probably get to 500,000 or 600,000 a year without staff with this model, the zero brand method model, okay? And that means it's really, really easy to run because you're going to create real relationships with people. That's the R, because you haven't come it from a guru status perspective. Like, you haven't positioned yourself as a guru. When you are making your deals on the phone with people and signing people up, you are going to be giving them genuine, actual help. You're actually going to be helping them, not selling to them, helping them and offering them key insights into why what they're doing isn't working. And that all means, because you're charging more than 2,000, you can have under 25 clients at any time, because you're going to be working with them for, say, 12 weeks, something like that, but we would work out that with you, so don't worry. You can have under 25 clients at any time, which means because your marketing is running like a machine without much input from you at all, 5 to 10 minutes a day once the whole thing's set up, because you're charging over 2,000, because you've got under 25 clients, you can make 100K a year without any help from anybody. We need to get it set up, but in terms of ongoing team and staff and stuff like that, you don't need them. Your under 25 clients at any one time are going to get a massive amount of help and input from you because you're not stretched in every which direction, which means they're going to get enough value that they're happy to be paying the high price. And you just keep the marketing machine running the whole time. It doesn't take much of your attention because it's not about video, social media, free content, being on you. Like, we teach you one method. We have never had a single person that this method has not worked for. Sometimes people say, well, what if my clients, aren't on that form of marketing? We've worked with over 3,000 people. We have never had this not work, okay? So when all of those things come together, you get the O of the zero in the middle, which stands for outstanding results. We are seeing people, and some of these are people who we've worked with in a different way before, when their face-to-face coaching business or whatever it might be, and we've moved them from having a face-to-face, real-life offline business to having an online business, and we are seeing people who are struggling to put £1,000 a month profit in their pocket before to making 5, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30,000 pounds or euros in their pockets a month now. They're doing the same thing. Their skill set has not changed. They're still helping people get out of pain or whatever it might be that they help them with. But because of this zero brand method, we have been able to show them how to massively leverage their knowledge and turn it into not only better results for their clients, because if someone pays you more money, they're more committed and they will therefore get better results, but a better quality of lifestyle for themselves, more money coming through the door, and a much greater sense of satisfaction. This is Lee. Lee is one of our clients. He's in one of the most sensitive markets online. He shows people how adults who have got acne or bad skin, shows them how to get rid of that without using things like chemical-laden creams, etc. Shows them how to get rid of that. He created his whole new online business using the zero brand method and made his first £5,000 sale within 6 weeks. Straight through the door. Yeah. So I don't think he even actually had the whole thing set up yet. He was still in the throes of setting the thing up. So he was 6 weeks in. First £5,000 sale came in. Okay. So I need you guys to understand that you can be the best at what you do and still have no clients. If you do not build a marketing machine that doesn't rely on you getting on social media daily, you could be the best kept secret in your industry and have no clients because you haven't figured out the marketing side of it. We need to get you to a point where for every £1 or €1 you spend, you're making £6 or €6 back. And that's the lowest return on investment we would be looking for. Some people do more like 8 times return on investment, 10 times return on investment, and that will come back to you quickly, within days, within weeks, okay? Once you've got the whole thing set up, like you're going to have to spend some time at the beginning getting the machine set up, implementing this zero brand method. But once it's set up, within like hours, you can spend your money on your Facebook ad spend. Because let me be clear, when I talk about building a business without using social media, I don't mean not paying like Facebook to run ads for you. What I mean is you not running social media, like you being all over social media all the time, doing videos, doing this, doing that. I don't even look at Facebook for more than 3 minutes a day, probably. If you go to my personal profile, there's basically nothing on it. I don't use Facebook. I use it for my business, but I don't use it as a person. And you shouldn't personally use it for your business either, if you see what I mean. You don't need to have your face all over Facebook. It's completely unnecessary. Free organic social media marketing doesn't work anymore. And let's face it, you're never going to do it better than the gurus. So don't try and do what they're doing and be better at it. Just be different. Do something different. This is Lewis. Lewis is a running coach. When he came to us, he was really it was a hobby business. He was actually working full-time as a fundraiser for a charity. And he just did a bit of running coaching because he's an athlete himself. He did a bit of running coaching on the side, made about $250 a month. Within 17 days of him having the zero brand method implemented, he did over £4,000 in sales, which is just mega, massive difference. No business, no profile, nothing. He didn't bother building one because we told him not to. He just implemented the marketing machine we taught him. And within 17 days, he had over $4,000 in sales through the door. So the question really is, do you want to spend the most amount of time and money and make the least amount of profits working the longest hours? Because this is what people are doing when they're doing a scattergun, non-focused, multiple channel approach to their marketing. Or do you want to spend the least amount of time and money and make the most amount of profit? Someone like Emma, who she's one of our clients. She teaches kids who want to dance competitively. So, there's something called like the Dance World Cup. So kids they're not just going to their local dance class. They actually want to be competitive dancers. She generated an extra £8,600 with just 4 new high-paying clients in 3 days. And she spent less than 50 quid doing it. I mean, I can't even work out what the return on investment in that is. So, a smart, successful coach will always pay for marketing. That is an intrinsic part of our zero brand method. They will always invest in coaching for themselves. I have spent well over, probably £300,000 in coaching for myself to figure this stuff out, right? But that has returned back to me so many times over, because I've always found the money to make it happen. Even like when I was back sat on my mum and dad's bed, in their back bedroom, living with them because I had no money. That was only 8-9 years ago. I would always find a way to pay for marketing and pay for coaching that would help me understand the marketing I need to do. Okay, so the quickest way to go broke is to not invest in yourself at the end of the day. You know, someone says, well, I'm not closing any clients yet, I don't have any money yet, so I'll try and get leads for free as I'm running out of money. That is the fastest way to go double broke. You know, or people say, well, I haven't even started yet, so I don't have any money yet, but I'll save up the money first, then I'll spend money on my marketing and coaching to help me. Those people never get there. And I had that attitude in the beginning, and I call it my £1 million bankrupt coach mistake. You know, I thought I would save money in the early days by not paying for help. And when I finally realized that it wasn't going to work, me trying to figure it out on my own, and I actually started investing in help, in coaching, in stuff from people who had already done it and could teach me the easy way rather than me having to go the hard way, I very quickly started making good money. You know, I don't like to be flashy, but I know people want to see proof. That's my name at the top there. That's my Barclays bank app. That's how much money I've got sat in my accounts right now that I can do fun stuff with. So it's time for you to really ask yourself, how much money did you make in the last 30 days compared to how much money should you have made in the last 30 days? Because there is a lot of money sat on the table right now that if you just implement the right marketing and sales system and deliver your coaching and the stuff that you know in the right way. And again, I'm going to say this one more time. Please don't be the person that sits there and says, I just don't understand how I could deliver my coaching and consulting services online rather than face-to-face. I have never, with over 3,000 people, I have never had a coach, consultant, trainer, therapist, instructor, whatever you call yourself, come to us that we have not been able to create a great online offer with them that they can charge over £2,000 or euros for that doesn't work with. It's never happened. Never, ever. I get that you might not know how to do it, but that's simply because you've not had the right training. You've not developed this method in the way I have. Okay, so that's what we can help you with. So listen, for example, with this money thing, let's say in the last 30 days you made £1,000 or €1,000, but you should and could and will be making £11,000 or euro. You know, this is a difference of 10,000 a month that should be in your bank account. This is money you should be earning right now, or 120,000 over the last 12 months. That is money that is being lifted away from you every moment you do not implement something systematic to make your marketing start working. You know, and 120,000, which is what you've missed out on in the last year not having this stuff in place, that's enough to buy a small starter home. Well, certainly in the UK anyway. It's enough to buy your first house or a small flat or whatever it might be. That is a hell of a lot of money. And you've missed out on it, not because you're not good at what you do, but simply because you didn't have the right method to follow. Or maybe you did, but you didn't find the money to make it work. One thing I will say is successful coaches, the people who are making the 5, 10, 20, 50, 100,000 a month, they are people who, doesn't matter where they're at right now, they will do whatever it takes to find the money to get started. I did whatever it took. I borrowed off family, I got out loans, I got out credit cards, I sold stuff. I did whatever it took, and as a result, I had significant growth, and I'm sat where I am now, able to share this with you guys. There's something that Tony Robbins says, and I'm sure you know who Tony Robbins is, that I actually really like. He says it's not about having the resources to get started, it's about being resourceful. So he's kind of saying it's not about having the resources as in having, you know, what you need, time, money, energy, whatever, to make your coaching business work now. But it's about being resourceful enough that you can find the time, the energy, or the money to make this thing work. Nobody has the resources when they get going. Nobody. If they did, they'd be getting clients already. Nobody has it, but they find a way to get it. So, you know, someone like Katie's ad spend on Facebook, you know, she invested, not all at once, but she invested 900 into her Facebook spend and turned it into 8,000 back per person, yearly recurring in a tiny market. I mean, there's not that many dance instructors out there that want to learn how to build their own Broadway-specific dance studio from scratch. There's just not. But she's making it work because we're teaching her micro-targeted Facebook marketing. So you've got to be thinking about this. How much is it costing you not to be getting more high-paying clients using this process? Because there is a solution here. It's not looking at what the gurus are doing and copying them. It's not waiting for the next big new lead source to show up and hoping you jump on it first before it gets oversaturated like everything is now. That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. And it's not worrying about what if it doesn't work. The reality you have, the reason you are still on this webinar, if you're still here listening to me, is people say, well, what if I implement this method and it doesn't work? The reality is what you're doing now isn't working, or you wouldn't be on the webinar. You wouldn't be saying, oh, I'm making less than 1,000 a month, or I'm making 5,000 a month, but I want to be making 20,000 a month. It's not working now. People get really worried about, what if I do this thing and it doesn't work? It's not working now, so it's no different if you do this thing and it doesn't work. So the answer is any coach or consultant can add an extra 5, 10, 20 or beyond thousand to their monthly income with the right method. And it doesn't rely on using social media like a Kardashian, building a big following, or creating endless content. And I am sure that 99% of coaches will be out of business within 6 to 10 months if they don't get a solid, simple marketing system that takes cold leads who don't know who you are, warms them up, and then turns them into high-paying clients within a matter of days. If you don't have that, you're going to be going out of business. So here's how we can fix this fast. There is a great window of opportunity here for you. And as you can probably tell from the way I speak, I am really big on action taking. I'm really big on being bold. And what I would like for the people who are the action takers and who are serious about making that extra 5, 10, 20,000, whatever it's going to be, or more a month, the serious people, I would really like to give them the opportunity to leverage what I've learned through the process of investing well over 2 million in marketing. It's probably more like 3 now, actually, over the years. I've done everything the wrong way. I've learned everything the hard way, and I've personally closed over 12 million in sales. So I know what I'm talking about, and that is where this method comes from. So I want to give you that opportunity before your niche gets completely oversaturated. And what we will do is we will set up a completely free how to get high paying clients using the Zero Brand Method call with you. So it's completely complimentary. There's no risk to you, but this is where we'll get on the phone with you, and one of my super highly trained breakthrough coach experts will personally put together a complete plan for you about how the Zero Brand Method would work and be implemented into your business. So depending on, it doesn't matter what niche you're in, we will talk you through it. What money you want to make, we'll talk you through it. What resources you can get your hands on, we will talk you through it, and we will outline for you the exact customized blueprint you can use to close an extra 10,000, or it could be even just 5,000, or it could be more than that worth of high paying clients. So you will leave this call with one of my fabulous breakthrough coaches with the exact system I have used to close over 12 million pounds worth of coaching sales. And let me just explain why it's not going to be me on the call, because this is very important to me. I know it's my voice you've been listening to for the last 40 minutes or so, and I get that. And I get that if you're still listening, it's because what I'm saying is resonating with you, and you probably are connecting with my story and what I'm saying in some way. But here's the thing. The whole reason I created this system is so that I could spend like 90% plus of my time with my paying clients, the people who have invested in themselves and trusted enough in us that all of my time goes with helping those people, because that is what I feel is the right thing to do. And if one day you become a client, I hope that you will appreciate the fact that, the top dog, if you like, me, the business owner, the person that's done this for so many years, I reserve my time to spend with you. Now, my breakthrough coaches that you'll be having this complimentary phone call with, they are extremely highly trained. I've trained every single one of them personally. They know how this system works. They've seen it work with countless examples of people. And what we will do is when you book the call, if you're not, we will make sure you are booked in with a breakthrough coach that actually has the right experience and skill set to really help you based on what kind of business you have. So this is going to be a top-notch quality call. I trust them implicitly, and they will be able to help you in a massive, massive, massive way, so that I can still make sure that the people who are investing with us get great results, which again should be very reassuring for you if you do go ahead and want to work with us. Now, let me be clear. What's going to happen on this call, it's not a sales pitch. This is a breakthrough coaching call. I'm going to be totally honest, right? Some people go, oh God, are you going to give me like a really high pressure pitch? No. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to come on the call. We're going to have done our homework because we're going to ask you to fill out an application form telling us lots of information about yourself and your business so that we can prepare for your call. You're going to come on the call. We're going to show you exactly why what you're doing isn't working, an exact plan, step by step, broken down for you about what to do instead that will work better. And then, if we think you are the right fit for us, and if it's something you want to hear about, we will literally say to you something along the lines of, would you like our coaching to help you implement this? And you will either say yes or you will say no. That's as high pressure as it gets. But please be aware, we bring on only a select few clients each month, and that is genuine. And we do that for two reasons. Number one, we will only work with people we are absolutely 100% sure we can get good results for. I refuse to take money from anyone who I'm not 100% sure this will work for, number one. And number two, it just might not be the right time for you or whatever. We just might not be the right fit. So we will check that you are right for us. Regardless, you're going to have a great time on the call. You're going to get great information. You're going to get a great plan. Okay, regardless. So don't be mad if we get to the end of the call and we think it's right not to offer you the next steps of actually coaching with myself personally. That's only because we know it's not what's right for you right now. Okay, so you just got to think about this call. What's the worst thing that could happen? Yeah, nothing bad's going to happen. Worst thing, you get a great plan. Best thing, you get a great plan and you might decide you want to do coaching, and we're happy for you to do coaching and we go ahead and work together. That's it. Both of those are pretty good outcomes, okay? And we're also, when you book the call, we're going to send you a bonus, which is going to be the most 4 expensive mistakes coaches are making with social media that's causing them to repel clients and waste all their money, and how you can fix it. We're going to send that to you as well. Okay, so I really want to stress this. Taking this call is the single most important thing you can do right now. It's more important than doing your accounting. It's more important than, trying to throw up another post on Facebook that's not going to work. It's more important than all of that, because this call is going to map out for you everything that's not been working, what to do to make it work instead, how to do it, and we're going to show you how to create an offer where you will be able to sell at a higher ticket price. That's why we're called the High Ticket Coaching Academy. We're going to show you how you could take your business online and how you can get yourself to a point where you are comfortably creating 100K a year plus income, working with no more than 25 clients at any one time, charging the money you want to charge, and only working with amazing people that you really want to work with and get great satisfaction from working with 95% of your time spent on helping them and only 5% of your time going on the marketing and the sales once we've got the whole thing set up. Okay, it's really the only thing you need to do to keep, I love this picture, to keep getting sucked with all the money sucked down into this black hole that so many business owners find themselves in when they set up shop. They become qualified as a hypnotherapist or whatever it might be, and they set up shop and then they're like, I've got no idea why I'm not getting clients. Why are people haggling with me? Why will no one pay the price I want to charge? And that is the black hole that, over 85% of businesses do get sucked into. That's the reality. So there should be a button that's popping up that you can click to book one of these calls. If not, you can go to thehighticketcoachingacademy.com/apply, and that will get you booked in with one of my fabulous expert breakthrough coaches. You'll get booked in, and then we will make sure that you are paired with the best breakthrough coach who's the most suited to you. But we can only do that once you fill out your application form. So you'll go to this page, thehighticketcoachingacademy.com/apply. You'll see a calendar there. Yeah. And with that calendar, you'll see the open coaching slots that we have for the next couple of days. You'll just click the slot that resonates and works with you the best. I definitely recommend the sooner the better. We do find the people that get in and have a call like within 24 hours of seeing this webinar, they are the people who go on to have the best results. So book as soon as you possibly can. And then we will ask you, you'll be forwarded to a page where we will ask you to fill in your application form. Now, this will take you no more than 5 to 6 minutes. But here's the thing. The more information you give us on that application form, the better we will be able to prepare for your call, and the more help we'll be able to give you on that call to show you how to stop leaving that 5, 10, 20,000 a month on the table, how to get out of that danger zone that you're in of your business ultimately not working long term, and how to actually turn the whole thing around. So this is definitely something to do now. The slots, I mean, these are real life people, so we have a limited amount of slots, as you can imagine. Once they're gone, they're gone. So definitely go to that page now, because there'll be lots and lots and lots of people watching this webinar at the same time. And you want to make sure you get one of the earliest slots possible, because the people that do that get the best results and that get the biggest transformation most quickly, where they're making 10,000 in their first month, or like Lewis going from 250 having no business experience whatsoever to having a business pop out of the ground and within 17 days making £4,000 in sales. Okay, so you need to get in there, you need to get that booked, and you must fill out your application form. If you don't fill it out, we will not take the call. We only want to speak to people who are serious about getting some massive changes in their coaching business, because as I said on the call, you're going to get the exact plan tailored to you that you need to be able to implement the zero brand method into your business. We will then, if appropriate, and we think you are the right fit for us, we will then talk about if you want to go ahead and find out more about coaching with us. But that will only happen to less than 20% of the people we speak to. But everybody, regardless, will be getting the plan, okay? But the people with the most information on the application forms are the people we can do the most prep for, and you will get the best result from. So if you are fed up with the financial uncertainty and the roller coaster you've been going up and down on when it comes to your business, or if you haven't even started yet and have realized how much money you are leaving on the table by not getting yourself out there, and how quickly your market will oversaturate if you don't get yourself out there soon. That, like I said, there is a window of opportunity here where if you get your shit together with this fast, you will be able to really get a hold on your ideal client and on your industry, and you will be able to very comfortably be making yourself $100,000 a year as a minimum, once you have got this method implemented, which only takes a matter of weeks. We're not talking about something that's going to take 6 months or 12 months. It's weeks to get this thing implemented, tested, and up and running and working. And you do all of that. If you do take coaching with us, you do all of that with my personal assistance and my husband, Mark, that very much heads up the Facebook marketing side of things in our business. You get his personal assistance also. So super exciting. So you need to go along, if you haven't already, to the highticketcoachingacademy.com/apply, or if you can see the button that's appeared. I know sometimes it doesn't work on mobile, so apologies if you're on a mobile and that button's not popped up for you to just click on. If that's not happened, just go to the highticketcoachingacademy.com/apply, book the call slot as soon as possible, and then go to the application. You'll just get forwarded to the application page just on autopilot. You don't have to do anything. And then take the time now to fill out that questionnaire. And my breakthrough coaches and I will be sorting through those applications, making sure you're paired up with the right person for you. And we are super excited that we are going to be speaking with you on the call and can show you exactly what you've been doing wrong, what you need to be doing differently to get yourself out of this place of overwhelm and frustration, and to be able to get more clients without having to do all the stuff that gurus tell you have to do, like loads of Facebook Lives, loads of free content, get a Twitter account, be on YouTube. There's over 300 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute. Just take that in for a second. Over 300 hours of content is uploaded to YouTube every minute. How on earth do you think you're going to stand out from that? You're not. You are not going to stand out from that. But when we show you how to implement the marketing, this one simple funnel, micro-targeted Facebook ads, micro-targeted, that are worded in a very, very specific way to get your ideal client interested and clicking, pushing them through a funnel that gets them really nicely warmed up, filters out the freebie seekers and the tire kickers and all of that stuff, and then gets them to a place where they are having an enrollment conversation with you on the phone where you are able to say if you want to work with them or not, and they will be in a place where they will be trying to convince you to take their money, not the other way around. So that is what this system is about, turning completely cold leads into high paying clients in under 76 hours. That is what this thing is about. So we're super excited to talk with you about it. Just head along to the highticketcoachingacademy.com/apply. Don't wait, because there's absolutely no point. The people who do best in business are the people who make decisions quickly and take action quickly and are resourceful, even if they don't have the resources to hand. So please bear that in mind. My team cannot wait to speak with you on the call. Make sure you fill in that application form, and then I'm going to be sending you a couple of videos that are just for you because you've booked a call that I want you to watch before you get on the call. But it will all be sent through to you, so don't worry. It's been super speaking to you. Get yourself along to that page, get a call booked. You've got literally nothing to lose. You're going to have the exact plan customized to you, all within 60 minutes with one of my fantastic, highly trained breakthrough coaches who I trust implicitly, and therefore you should too. You're going to have a really, really great time. So we'll see you on that call, and we'll be speaking to you soon.